Morning ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming today to show you my projects that I have completed on behalf of Fernli Designs. They were looking for design team members, as I've explained in a previous video, and so I applied and was lucky enough to be accepted. They sent me the package and I had to complete 3 projects for the month of March within the first 3 weeks of March, and surprisingly for me, I have done it and I've made the deadline without being late. So here's what I have done. And the first one that I'm showing you here is the Birdhouse that you can buy from Fernli. It comes just kind of flat pack and you build it up. You use wood glue and you build the house up and then you decorate it however you like. And this is how I've decided to do mine. Now I have gone for an ornamental birdhouse. You can, as I later discovered, if you don't glue the roof down, you can use it as storage because obviously it is hollow inside. I didn't think that far ahead and I glued my roof on, hence I've got a decorative piece, but I think it's turned out really nice. So let me zoom in and show you what I've done. Okay, I'm hand holding the camera, so if I'm a little bit wonky, I do apologise. So I built the house up very easily. They literally take minutes to put together if you just think about it carefully first, so you don't glue the wrong pieces onto each other. Although you know there's not many pieces that goes to it, but just have a think about it before you do it. And then I glued it together and I left it to dry before I started working on it. I didn't have to use any fancy contraptions. I just held it with my hands while the glue set and then left it to dry. You can wrap rubber bands round to hold it, but I've never done that, and it's always just held. So what I did then was I painted the whole of the structure with just normal white emulsion that I actually found in my garage. Because it was quite a large piece, I didn't have enough acrylic paint to cover it. So I used emulsion. And then if we just move in slightly, I don't want to zoom in anymore, but if we just move in slightly, I lined the roof with this lovely little tiny daisy type sheer organza type lace, and I put it in tiers to make it look like tiles. So you know, lines on top of lines on top of lines, like you do with roof tiles, and then just left it hanging over slightly at the edges. And then I lined it with pearls and diamante to make it look really, really pretty. And then on each corner I had wrapped around some of this pretty lace, and just small pieces, and just to add interest to the corners. And then I also added to the elevation of the roof, if that's the right word, that tiny guppy lace, and it's the same at the back, tiny guppy lace. And then on there is also a very tiny, don't know if you can see it, a very tiny 3mm iridescent bead, just to cover up the, I don't like joins, being able to see where you've joined things, so I do cover them with other things. And then I attached this lovely frame, which was actually a photo frame that I had gifted, and I wanted it to stand out a little bit. I didn't want everything completely plain, but I didn't have any you know, Inca Gold or any of the rubbing waxes or anything like that, so I've actually used a bronze pearlescent eyeshadow, just rubbed it over the you know, the detail of the frame, just to make it stand out a bit, so it didn't all just blend into one, because I've done it plain colours. I then added this little birdie here that I had gifted. It looked quite cute. And then if we move down, I put a row of these crystal effect dangle ribbon. Just move out slightly. And then on top of that, those come on like a pink ribbon. But the ribbon didn't look substantial enough on its own, so I then went over with 2 rows of 6mm flat back pearls. The underneath of the birdhouse is lined with felt, and then the edge of the felt is lined with another row of flat back pearls. I lined it with felt because I knew what I was going to use for the base, and it was to aid the you know, attaching the base. And the base, as you can see here, is actually an upside down wine glass. And the idea there was that, if you can just see, I wanted to put a battery operated tea light inside it so it would glow and twinkle. So if you just concentrate on the base here, I have wrapped around a pretty guppy lace there. It goes all the way around, and added the little tiny pink flowers with little diamantes in the middle. And then I've just done a really random arrangement of flowers. It does follow all the way around the back as well. And I also added this beaded spray. It's on like silver wire, and the pink like gems are like facet cut, and they're like a teardrop shape. I just thought I added a bit of extra and a bit of extra height and a bit of colour and just a bit of interest than just plain flowers. I glittered all the flowers. We've got different ones. We've got paper ones. We've got foam roses. We've got buds. We've got cherry blossoms. And then we've got another little bird. Now you can just see underneath where the wine glass attaches to the bottom of the birdhouse there. Okay. And then obviously the glass, you can lift the stand up and put your little tea light in or out. And let me just stand up and zoom out. And I think that looks really, really pretty from a very plain MDF shape component that you put together. Very inexpensive. Go on over to the website and have a look for the birdhouse. It's quite a substantial size, but not over large. As I say, you can decorate it and leave the roof plain. Not plain, leave the roof unglued so that you can use the inside for storage. Or you can just make it into a pretty decorative item like I have. I think this would look fab as a table centre, or, you know, at a wedding on a table, or as a gift. Or as you can see, it looks perfectly lovely right here in my front room. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll leave all the links below. Go on over and have a look. And I strongly suggest purchasing one of these if you enjoy Fernli products. They're well worth the money, and I had absolutely great fun making it. And as I said, there are countless ways that these could be done. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.